Well, hi there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you are lucky enough to be doing it too. I am Bushka on Blitz, back with another dose of generous affection and honest to goodness fidelity for you, my very, very good friends, and World of Tanks Blitz. This is the SU 122.54. I'm going to be trying to work through a whole lot of TD action over the next wee while. The channel has sadly been lacking in tank destroyer content for quite some time because, well, I'll give you an idea. I have the crew skills and perks capped out at tier 6 for both my heavies and my mediums. I have 500,000 free XP after that in my heavies and about 6 million free XP after that in my mediums. And I have yet to cap out more than 3 of my TD crew skills at 6. So just gives you an idea on how much I love my mediums. And it's, however, been a great little lesson to get back into the business of TDing, because this Russian TD line suits me down to the ground. I've just done a Grill 15 review, and if you've watched that and the Object 263 review, and you'd know that I'm all about camo and cover, and you can see me using that here. Now, this tank has some exceptional mobility. It's very, very nippy. It's very low profile. It seems to have outstanding camo numbers, despite the fact I don't have them. And it's got a lot going for it in terms of gun and DPM. It's a very good training tank for the Object 263. It does not have anywhere near the 263's trollish armor profile, but it can certainly do the business. So you can see there its counterpart at tier 9 in the Russian TD line, the Object 704, is just up there. It's certainly quicker and more mobile than the 704, but it is, however, still typically Russian with its gun. Even for a very accurate Russian gun, it's 0.36 dispersion and 2.1 seconds of aim time, which is outstanding. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's typically Russian for that reason. It's just that because there's a bit of a bloom on your tank destroyers when you stop, it can sometimes snapshot imperfectly. Let's just say that. Now, this is a patron-sponsored post. I'm trying to do this full-time, and I've literally stopped working for any other way, shape or means to get this going, and I really appreciate the support that the community's been giving me. Patron's a very simple method of doing that. If you could sponsor for $1 or $2 or a video for 4 videos, or like $5 or $6 a month, it will allow me to continue to do this in a meaningful way and keep pumping the content. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the SU 122.54. Now, the gun is fantastic in terms of damage per minute. You're pumping out about 2,800 damage per minute, so you're certainly not going to be short in that stakes, and that's all wonderful. 6.67 rounds a minute, 0.36 dispersion, solid pen numbers, not over the top, 258 millimeters a pen and 340. It's very much like a Tier X medium in terms of its penetration, but where it really excels is in agility. It's a very light tank with a 700 horsepower engine, and it has 28 degrees of traverse and a 48 kilometer an hour top speed, and that allows it to be very, very mobile and very, very active in the battlefield. It can really take advantage of situations where you need to get out and run and get to camo spots and then work it from there, because it's super low profile. It's a lot like a heavy version of the E25. If you've ever driven that fantastic premium tank, the E25, the German water bug that just zips around, the cockroach, and it's so low to the ground and so quick that it's very, very hard to draw a bead on. And that's just a speculator, because I'm pretty certain that Object 704 is still in the bushes up there somewhere. I enjoyed this tank a lot, and it was one of the reasons why I decided to keep pumping content and get it going on for tank destroyers on the actual channel, because I found going back to tanks like this give you a whole different... There you go. Let's put one right through the gun mantlet of the Object 704. Good work. It gave me a real chance to appreciate TDs, and that there is in fact still a very, very big niche for TDs in the game. Now, I'd like to point a couple of things out with this tank. It is not the kind of TD that has huge, big alpha damage. Unlike the counterpart 704, which has the 640 BL10 average alpha, and the T95, which has a very big average alpha. It's a blend between the Yag Tiger and the... it's a bit more like a Yag Tiger than a T95. You've got 420 alpha and a .36 dispersion gun. So while it's not super big on the derp, it is accurate enough that you can make a living with it. What you've got to do with it is look for opportunities in the battlefield using your camo and using your speed. And you can see I'm with Snake Eyes here, and one of the best things about having a tank this quick is it allows you to relocate very, very confidently, and with decent camo you can see I'm checking to see if I'm spotted there. Nothing's coming up, so I'm going to push all the way along the back, and then I'm going to use the bushes in the far left corner. Now there's not many tier 9 TDs could have got that done, especially not with those kind of numbers, like in terms of agility and speed, and it's absolutely fantastic that this TD can do that. Now you can see I've pulled back so that I'm just a silhouette, and it gives me the best chance to actually not be spotted. And I'm going to get spotted eventually when they push up, but that's not what this is about. You can see we've utilized the absolutely blinding pace of this tank, the fantastic agility, the low profile, and the camo to put us in a situation where we've basically quashed any hope these guys had of getting up and into it. And we're going to do a nice dose of alpha, a nice dose of accuracy, a nice dose of damage per minute. And in a situation like this, where damage per minute actually counts when you have bums on seats and targets in front of you, that can be outstanding. It can really turn the tide in a battlefield. Here we are on Black Goldville. This, I got to say, this tank was a joy to drive, and I adore the Object 263. Absolutely love it to bits. I think its armor is trollish. I think its gun is fantastic. Its damage numbers are off the charts. But this tank was an absolute joy. I enjoyed it tremendously. And if I had to pick a tank to run with a medium at tier 9, this is it every day of the week. I mean, you've got the Tortoise, which is fantastic in terms of damage per minute, and its gun's pretty solid. Actually, its gun's very good. You've got the 95, which is all armor. You've got the Yag Tiger, which is a lovely side scraper and a big dog, but it is so slow. It's, you know, it's a disgrace. All those things, and this is the tank you're looking for if you want to get out and run with mediums, if you want to be a cheeky little bugger, but just make sure you let the reticle go all the way down, or like that, you're going to be struggling. Now, you've also probably seen a few people on the YouTube threads carrying on about me firing too much promo at the moment. This is an exhibition account, and because of that, I'm not paying for the premium ammunition, and hence I couldn't give two stuffs. On my standard account, that's why I fire very, very low promo loadouts. Every once in a while, Starlin just picks up your... Snake was actually on Discord going, Bushka, hit the IS-3. And I'm like, mate, I've been smacking him, and then I hit him again and kill him. When the gun works, it works like a treat, this tank, really. And it's so small, too. That's the other positive I want to talk about here. The actual length of the tank is very, very compact. It means that you can hide out to an nth degree, which is really, really handy in all kinds of positions. You can see here, just filling it up, slowly stacking the stat sheet. Snake Eyes is up the top. We're working around. He's going to get some company here. They're pushing up on him. We're moving forward using the camo again, but we're just too close to that T-54. Doesn't matter. Let's fill him up anyway. We're going to move up here to the left as well. Just try and get one in as he goes over the top. Happy days. And he's dusted. So we've just been working that little area there, supporting our teammates, and it does do exceptionally well when working with a T-54 or an M46 Patton or any kind of medium tank you'd like to name, because it's got the mobility and the pace and the firepower to really turn the tide. If you've got a T-54 or someone like Snake there who's pushed up, been really, really aggressive, he can do it with confidence knowing that anyone that steps up to the plate and wants to expose themselves to have a crack at him is going to eat one for 420. And that's an important thing to know when you're relying on a platoon mate or a teammate. And the gun works just fine if you give it the chance to actually settle down and get things happening. There you go. Now, we've been doing obviously so much video work lately with the How to TD series, everything like that. And I think this is a great little gun, a great little tank, and one that should be an absolute must-buy if you are a big fan of TDs. The guns before it, the gun depression rather of some of the tanks before it, leave a lot to be desired. The SU-100M1 and the like, and they bring a lot of angst and heartache into the gameplay of some people. But you can see when you get this thing singing, it's fantastic. So I love Tier 9, I love Tier 10 in this line. I think you've got to give them a look. And some of the lines only really flourish at the end, like Tier 9 and 10 are the best tanks you're going to find. And because of that, you're probably going to have to go through a little bit of heartache along the way to get there. And a first class F, just under 4,400. A Snake would have done quite a bit of spotting damage on that one. Fantastic team effort. Lovely to run with a medium. Gets the job done. Great camo. Super low profile. Very, very good DPM of nearly 3,000. And you can run vents with this because unlike the 263, it is not an open top tank, which the grill is also the new German TD. So I'm Bushka on Blitz, guys. Thanks very much. As I mentioned before, this is a patron-sponsored post as Mr. Whippy goes around outside. I want to buy an ice cream. This is insane. It's election day here in Australia, so I've got to walk across the road and vote just after this. I just want to say I really appreciate the support. If you could consider sponsoring the channel, it's a really simple thing. It's as little as $1 a video, and you can decide how many videos you'll do it for. I'm trying to get content out every single day of the week. And although it may not sound like it, I am having a lot of fun, despite the fact that I'm working extremely hard at it. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I want you all to have a wonderful school holidays, which has just happened here in Australia. Stay safe on the battlefield, and bye for now.